This keeps most business owners stuck. Most entrepreneurs focus on the symptoms. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Mind Engineer community. Here, Tommy Walker, the Mind Engineer, and I want to share insight and tools to help you be able to launch and scale your business. And today's topic is about what is keeping most entrepreneurs stuck and how they're focusing on the symptoms instead of really focusing on the problem that they're going through. And I've said this many times, but we need to listen to this in different ways, many times, to really be able to understand what's going on. A lot of entrepreneurs are struggling with, overwhelm. There's so many things I need to do, Tommy. I don't know where to start. Tommy, I'm not good at planning. I don't know how to prioritize. Oh, Tommy, I'm postponing doing this or that. Oh, Tommy, I'm spending hours on my course, but I have no clients. Or Tommy, I'm spending hours writing my book, even days, weeks, months on my book, on my course. I don't know what to do next. Or Tommy, I've done so many programs. Everybody tells me different things to do. I don't know what to do. All of those people, I want to really help you understand, are the symptoms. They are not the problem. What do I mean with this? What is going on is that whenever we are struggling with something, the struggle is the symptom. So if I'm feeling overwhelmed, the overwhelm is not the problem. The lack of motivation is not the problem. The lack of determination is not the problem. The lack of execution is not the problem. Those are just the symptoms of something deeper. So imagine, I always say this, and the other time I was talking about procrastination, this is very similar, right? Imagine that I fall into perfectionism, right? I need to be perfect to be able to launch it. The thing is not, perfectionism is not the problem. Perfectionism is the symptom of something deeper. So what could I be protecting myself by using perfectionism? If I do it perfect, supposedly perfect, nobody's going to judge me. Nobody's going to criticize me. Nobody's going to talk bad to me if I do it perfect. So what is actually the problem? That I'm worried what others are going to say or think about what I did. So it's nothing to do with what I'm doing, is what others are going to say or think about me. And the deeper problem, people, is what you already think about yourself. You don't want others to think the way you think about yourself. That is why you're stuck with your business. And a lot of people don't want to see it. And I've worked with people, I encounter people that had spent $5,000, $8,000, $10,000, $30,000 in different programs, and they were still stuck. Because in most of these programs, they teach you the strategies to be able to launch and scale your business. And yeah, although some focus on launching, a challenge, others, focus on, doing calls to get clients, right? Others focus in whatever, Instagram, and putting, video out there and then putting money on it and getting people starting to follow you and start talking to them. There's many ways, guys. And all of them, if done correctly, work. All of them. Seriously, most of the techniques that are being taught out there work. Doing a challenge to get clients works. I've done it. Creating free guidance calls to get people interested in your work, done it, works. Doing ads, start talking to people, start offering a webinar or something, even a recorded webinar, works. Talking to people, jumping on a call, closing them, works. It works. Most of those tactics work. But why is it that people are not being able to make them work? Again, they fall into overwhelm, stress, anxiety, self-doubt. All of those are just the symptoms of something that is going on in their mind. You can have the best tactics out there, but if you don't have the right mindset, unfortunately, it's not going to work, guys. Seriously, it is not going to work. So it's very, very important that you start working on your mindset. If you truly want to have a successful business, you need to work on your mind. Understand how the mind works, what could be holding you down, right? What are the beliefs that you have about yourself, about success, about failure, about money, about anything? You need to start diving deep into your mind to identify the different limiting, negative, and false beliefs that you might have about yourself that are holding you back. Because what is holding you back is not knowing how to message people, not knowing how to create a webinar, not knowing. All of those are just the surface level problems. They're not the actual problem. So if you want to really be able to launch and scale a successful business, we need to start diving into the mind. 80% of the success of a business has to do with mindset. 20 has to do with the skills, the tactics that we know. Most people, they tell me that they lack determination, that they're lazy, that they feel overwhelmed. When we understand that that is not the problem, that is just showing us that there is something deeper, and we start addressing it, we start working with that deeper problem, it's going to make it easier to overcome that. So what I truly recommend is that you stop trying to blame overwhelm, perfectionism, procrastination, self-doubt, or whatever as the problem, and start going deeper to identify the limiting, negative, and false beliefs that are holding you back. I have worked in many, for myself, helping people, and people have hired me to go into their programs, to offer lectures, to work with people in there, to help them, get out of their mind and, out of their head, to start taking actions. And 95% of the people in most of these programs are stuck not taking the right actions. And many believe that they're taking the right actions. They're writing a book, and they're spending months writing a book. They're putting together a course when they don't have a landing page, they don't have a mailing list, they don't have a group of followers. Oh no, because they told me that I have to put my course together and then I'm going to start getting followers, I'm going to sell it. How many people have you helped? I asked them, how many people have you helped? How many people have you sold stuff to? Oh no, none. So how do you know what they want? Oh no, because I know that this has helped me. Okay, perfect. That has helped you. But the way that you're going to communicate what you do might change according to what the people out there need and want, not what you think they need and want. So what a lot of people are teaching now is first talk to people, sell them something, and then put it together. Imagine that you are selling a course. First sell the course and tell them that you're putting it together, and then put it together. Because putting it together a course when you don't have much experience coaching and consulting in whatever, it ain't gonna work. Oh, but this guru that has made $1 million or $10 million with his company teaches that. Yeah, because he's selling you how to make money with a course. So he's not going to tell you the truth. He's going to tell you that it's very easy. They just put together a course and you sell it out there, and boom, you just put ads on it and people are going to buy it. And that's a load of crap. It might have happened in the past, but nowadays the market is getting more and more sophisticated. Just because you said that you have found the key to success, people are not going to throw at you $97, $100 and something dollars, $200, $500. They're not going to do that because they have done it in the past and it didn't work for them. So why would they believe in what you have to offer? You got to be able to stand out from the crowd, offer something so amazing, like free stuff, that people are like, I want more of this guy. So we got to be very careful, because again, when we try to convince ourselves that we need to do what most people are teaching, when we need to, new tactic, new whatever, and we're not applying what we were taught in this first program or on YouTube or ChatGPT or whatever, whoever told you, you're not doing it. The problem is up in your mind. It's not the tactic. Nowadays, with artificial intelligence, it's so easy to create somebody to tell you what you got to do. Ask ChatGPT, behaving like a business coach with 50 years of experience, helping your niche, your business, right? Imagine, spiritual coaches or fitness coaches or wellness coaches. Give me tactics to build my business. And you got to get a list of tactics how to build your business. Get out there, create content, create free stuff, get people to know you, talk to them, and then maybe sell them. If it's so basic, why is it that most people are not doing it? Because the most difficult thing of having a successful business is dealing with your emotions and your belief system. It's not about tactics. So the symptoms that I'm mentioning, what you see as a problem that I call the symptom, is telling you that there is something in your emotions that you're not dealing correctly, and that there is something in your beliefs that is creating those symptoms. So if you don't start working on the root, the chances of having a successful business are going to be very, very slim. 70 to 80% of business owners quit their business in the first 3 years. And most of them, they do it in the first year. I've seen so many business owners come out and quit, come out and quit, disappear. Maybe people that made money, mainly lying to people, telling people that it's very easy to make money. They made money and then they disappear from the market. So if they were making money and teaching correctly how to make money to others, why would they disappear? Maybe the people in their program were not getting results. They started getting aggravated, angry, and things like that. And the person had to disappear from social media because he was screwing people. And I see that over and over again. Ask ChatGPT how to build a business. Don't try to follow all these gurus that tell you how to build a business, right? That you have tried and it's not working. And normally, seriously, again, it has to do with mindset. If I don't resolve my unresolved issues, it's going to make it very, very difficult to be able to build and scale my business. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know what you think in the chat, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.